to Steal the Style, the show that helps you take current fashion trends and style them in ways to make you stand out from the crowd.
Not interested in the typical high-end fashion seen on TV? That oh-so-popular clean-cut, fresh, preppy look seen on social media and reality stars alike? Then don't worry. We here at Steal the Style are all about the side of fashion you don't see in mainstream media.
I'm Adeline, and with me is the lovely Alfie. Now, after 6 years of modelling on runways and in magazines, I consider myself to be quite the fashion expert. But Alfie here, well, he needs all the help he can get.
Ouch, that hurt. But you're not completely wrong. I am a little bit clueless when it comes to fashion, but I'm completely open to diving in and learning more.
Well, this is why we're here. Each week on Steal the Style, we'll be looking at the up-and-coming fashion trends for this year, starting with spring and summer. Coming up on tonight's show. Alfie will be heading out to High Street.
We'll be going back through the decades to see what old-fashioned trends have returned.
And we have a special guest.
Now, I don't know about you, Adeline, but I'm really bored of seeing the same old fashion pieces styled in the same old way.
Exactly. Well, this is why we're here. We want to show the audience and viewers at home how to rock the trends which might seem a bit intimidating at first. Don't know how to style a certain outfit for your age group? Or maybe you're worried about how it will mix with your complexion. Well, we've got you covered with our styles of the season.
We're joined in the studio by 4 guests who have taken some time out from their everyday jobs to be our models, and we've dressed them in the hottest trends of spring and summer 2018.
For all the men in here, we do have a section for you, but as the saying goes, ladies first.
So the first trend hitting the high street this year for women is plaid. Now don't worry, we're not going to style you like the Bay City Rollers, oh no. We're going to go for bolder, brighter, summery colours. And I personally love it when plaid is paired with a simple block colour, which makes plaid the statement piece.
But before you get your summer colours out, there's still a few months left of spring. Coping with the changing seasons can be tricky, but just remember, spring is all about lighter outerwear. So here's one for the wardrobe. Trench coats.
Well, we've had thick, fluffy coats throughout the winter, but watch for the rise of the trench coat in the last month of spring and the beginning of autumn.
But if I were to pick just one trend to watch out for this spring, it would be pastel colours. Steer clear of the pastel pinks if you have a pale complexion, but they're perfect if you've got a bit of a darker complexion. Now, we have Sophia here showing off these pastel pink trousers from Shein. These will be light and airy for the upcoming hot summer days. This look is slightly different to her usual look, as she usually opts for something a little more 90s or psychedelic inspired. But we've paired these trousers with a white mesh top from Boohoo, which is our deal of the day for only £10. I've always been a bit apprehensive when it comes to mesh, you know, feeling a bit exposed. But with a cute little bodysuit underneath, you really can't go wrong. Now, to add a bit of sparkle, we've gone for this long gold pendant from H&M, which is just $3.99. I personally love this one. I think I'll be stealing it after the show. And for the shoes, we've gone for these sports style canvas shoes to add a casual but sporty vibe, and they're also from H&M. And we've gone for pastel pink because this really complements Sophia's complexion. These trousers would definitely brighten up any grey day. So, Sophia, you work in retail. Is this different to what you'd normally wear?
So normally for work, my dress is black, it's quite plain, it's got a little bit of sparkle on it, but I'm really loving the pink and the pastel colours, it's very summery.
Thanks, Sophia. Now, if this look doesn't suit your complexion, we do also have a purple pair of trousers, which can also work for a more mature look. Sonia is wearing the pastel purple trousers, which are also from Shein. She is a company director of her own business, so usually wears a lot of smart clothes. The purple pastel is slightly more neutral in colour and therefore may be more appealing for a more mature look. We've paired this with a long sleeve blouse from Peacocks, and for the shoes we've gone for these heeled boots from Topshop for comfort and a stylish look. And these purple trousers will suit the paler complexions as well, whereas the pale pink may not. What do you think, Sonia?
I love the outfit. I think it's great. It's not something I would normally wear, but it's very comfortable and very versatile, and I feel really good in it.
Thanks, Sonia. I do love the purple trousers. I think I might pinch them as well. Now guys, don't worry, we haven't forgotten about you. There's no mesh involved in the men's trends, don't worry.
You mean you don't want to see me in mesh?
I've seen that before.
Well, we've been seeing a lot of zip-up sportswear style turtlenecks, which have been ever so popular and fit in with the athletic trend. We've seen it paired with chinos for a smart casual look, but also with tracksuit bottoms if you're going for a sporty look. Pattern mixing has also been very big in men's fashion. We've seen spots, stripes, checks, florals, the lot. And I know what you're thinking. Checks and florals together, you are going to need a lot of body confidence to rock this.
Well, my granddad must be right on trend there. He mixes his patterns all the time. Whether it's on purpose or not, though, is anyone's guess.
Well, as we said, one of our favourite trends is floral, and everyone in the audience is thinking, oh no, I could never rock a floral shirt. Well, don't worry, we here at Still the Style have got you covered. So first up, we've got Harry, who is a professional musician, and he's wearing this floral shirt, which we have teamed with these ripped skinny jeans from Boohoo and these black trainers from Topman. So, Harry, what are you making of this outfit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving it. It's very summery. It's not normally how I kind of dress. So
What would you normally wear?
something very androgynous, generally. Lots of sparkly boots and kind of everything like that.
Could we pair the sparkly boots with the shirt, do you think?
I'm sure I could give it a try.
We'll try that for this summer, yeah? Well, thanks for coming in today. We've also styled the shirt in one other way to show how it can work for a slightly older gentleman. So we've got Kevin on the runway now, and we've teamed the shirt with some stone colour chinos from Next and these smart but casual suede shoes from Boohoo. So Kevin, I heard that you like your style to help you stand out from the crowd, right?
Yes, I do.
And does this do that?
It's fabulous, isn't it?
I must say you're looking very dapper. And you're also a keen gardener, is that correct?
I am indeed a keen gardener, yeah.
So do you think this is going to be making an appearance at some of your summer barbecues?
Without a doubt. Beer in one hand, burger in the other.
I'm going to get myself a floral shirt and come and join you, I think.
You'd be welcome.
Now, one question that I have always asked myself is, do you necessarily have to shop the high street stores to stay on trend? Well, let's have a look at this week's challenge to find out.
So today I have been sent to the local high street with the challenge of trying to find Adeline an outfit suitable for a night out, but with a budget of only £30. And to make things worse, I've only got 2 hours in which to do this. Wish me luck. So there's only 60 minutes left, so I'm starting to freak out now, and I'm thinking my next move is to hit up some charity shops where I'm going to find some proper bargains, and I seem to have found a street which is filled with them, so here I go. So I've only got 10 minutes left. My panic levels are very high, so I'm just hoping I'm going to find something in these shops down here.
I've got a few surprises that she won't be expecting, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. So we're back in the studio to see if Adeline likes my outfit choice. Now remember, I was on a strict time limit and I only had a £30 budget. So honestly, what do you make of this?
Honestly, this is not something I'd normally go for, but I think with a cute belt or corset, maybe fix up the sleeves a little, I could definitely make something out of this. But I do really love the purse, so I'll give you that.
Yeah, that was one of my favourite finds, I must say. And you'll also be happy to know that we came in under budget, so we've got £10 left. So if you want to go and buy a belt, we can do.
Or drinks tonight.
I mean, it is summer after all. So would you say this is a fashion fail, hit, miss?
I really love that bag, so I'm going to say it's not a complete fashion fail.
And speaking of fashion fails, have you ever been a victim of one?
Whether you ordered something online and received the complete opposite, or maybe your mum dressed you in the most hideous outfit when you were younger and you had no say in what you wore.
Definitely guilty of that one. Me and my brother, we was always twinning, but he had lime green shorts, I had bright orange shorts, and then we had the vice versa shirt.
No, oh, that sounds awful.
A look. It was like a box of Tic Tac.
Oh.
But enough about my fashion faux pas and more about yours. So we've got some people in the audience who have willingly submitted some wonderful pictures of themselves from days gone by. So first up, we've got Dave here. So Dave, I believe that you have got a wonderful double floral combination going on, right? I mean, I've heard of double denim, but never double floral. Do you think you could rock this look again?
I wouldn't be seen dead in that again.
Are you sure? Because I mean, florals are big this year, apparently.
They may have been big in the 70s when that was taken, but no, the less said about that,
It's
the
quite
better.
a throwback, I must say. Well, thanks
Scary,
for
isn't
sending
it?
that in for us. And we've also joined by Nikki. So, Nikki, you've had a lot of online issues, is that right?
Yes, I have.
So, speak us through this picture. What's happened here?
Well, obviously the hem was really poorly made. The quality wasn't good at all, and the underskirt was far too short.
And was this for a special occasion?
Yes, it was for a Christmas party, so...
Not very winter appropriate,
No,
is
not
it?
really.
Did you end up wearing it, or...?
No, I didn't, no. It's
What did
been
you
in
go with
been in the
instead?
bottom of the wardrobe. A nice long plain black.
Sent that back,
Yeah.
got a refund, right? Well, thanks for joining us today, guys.
Dave did wear that shirt and tie out of the house, believe it or not. But sometimes people like Nikki end up with these items by accident. Every day people order online and sometimes receive the wrong items. This seems to be a common issue, as our next guest has also experienced. Let's have a look at her story.
Shopping online has many benefits. You can order whatever you want and have it delivered straight to your door. That's what you would expect anyway.
Hi there, I'm Josie. I'm a student at the Open University studying human geography and genetics. I was shopping on an online forum where a lot of independent sellers can come online and sell their own products.
These days, pictures swarm the internet with a whole host of online fashion fails, from prom dresses that are double the size to shoes with two left feet.
My name's Ian Gilmore. I'm a Trading Standards Officer for Medway Council. I've done that for 29 years.
I went and purchased what I thought was a bag. When it arrived, like a couple of months later, it was a purse.
We regularly get cases like Josie's, and the law exists under the EU law on distance selling. 2 stages should help her. First is pre-contractual information, which is a legal requirement for the trader to inform her of the nature and the scope of the goods. One of those things would be the pattern and colour.
The bag that I was trying to purchase was burgundy. It had flower patterns on it. It was just, you know, normal shoulder bag type. What arrived was a card purse, bright blue, different pattern. I tried to get in contact with the seller of the item. I kind of explained what's going on, you know, this isn't what I ordered.
And the second thing is the Consumer Rights Act. If goods aren't described, it's a breach of contract, and the seller's liable for that.
I think while this experience turned out to be different to what I expected it to be, it wouldn't put me off shopping online again. I think purely just because you have access to a bit more like variety and stuff online than what you generally find in the high street.
I've had the wrong item sent to me before, but like Josie, I think its new home is in the bottom of my wardrobe and it's never seeing the light of day again.
Well, speaking of clothing and accessories left at the back of your wardrobe, did you know that you should think twice before decluttering and throwing things out, because they may be coming back into fashion?
So, Alfie, you remember the sort of fashion trends your parents used to follow, right? When you were too embarrassed to be seen in public with them? Well, dad trainers were a common one. But the strange thing is, I keep seeing them in fashion magazines. It seems like they've become a fashion trend.
Well, I think my parents are a bit too fashionable for that, because I've never heard of them, but they don't sound very pleasing. And I'm more of a boot man myself, so trainers are definitely at the bottom of my shopping list.
Well, they should be bumped up the list a little, as dad trainers have become a popular fashion trend. Now, you might be wondering, what are these trainers that she's on about? Well, dad trainers are spongy-soled, chunky lace-up trainers.
So like the ones that your dad would go for a run in or down to the shops?
Exactly. Now, I've seen them worn with both elegant mini dresses and grungy mum jeans on girls, whilst guys have been seen wearing them with a full tracksuit for a sporty look, or with jeans and a blazer for a more smart casual vibe.
So that means that Kevin here is a lot more on trend than he thinks in his 90s dad trainers, right?
They are fresh.
They are very clean. I guess you haven't been for a run or down to the shops in them, have you, Kevin?
Never.
I think Kevin makes them work.
Definitely. But speaking of old trends that are making a return, did you know that a lot of items are coming back into fashion? Let's have a look at some of these clothing items that are making their way back into our wardrobes. Now, some of these old trends can be on the pricey side. I've heard that some dad trainers can go for about £900, which is crazy money, I know. But is there a way to bring the cost down? Well, have you ever considered making your own clothes? Now, making your own clothes may not be such a thing of the past, as more and more people are trying to cut costs and are bringing the sewing machine out of the cupboard.
You know, I've tried a few DIY projects myself.
Any
I've
success?
tried knitting a few scarves, doing the boyfriend jeans with the rips down them.
How did you get on?
None of them are finished.
Not even the scarf?
No, definitely.
Will it be ready for this winter? I mean,
maybe,
you've got 6
maybe
months?
the next.
18 months, okay.
18 months,
I'll give you a time limit. Well, I'm sure we've got some people at home that are wanting to find out more about making their own clothes. So let's meet somebody who does.
One of the many people who have been taking advantage of this new idea of turning homemade clothes into a successful business is mum of two, Bonnie.
So I'm Bonnie Arpino, my business is Fresh Air and Buttons, and I make children's clothes. I'll be setting up a second company which is going to be called Poison and Pins, which will be my adult range, specialising in stuff like this, but also underwear. I make 50% of my own clothes, so this is one of my own. Well, I wasn't good at sewing at school because I didn't have the interest, but as time went on, so I was about 30 and I just learned via online tutorials and joining some social media groups and asking lots of questions. So the business started because I'd planned to go back to work. I'd had 2 children, I was a stay-at-home mum. Around a year we realised that my son wasn't really developing in the way that we'd expected to, and by 18 months we realised that he was autistic. So the business came about because I needed to pay for his speech therapy and I needed something to just take my mind off it a little bit.
Sites offering exclusive lines of handmade clothes began to appear around 10 years ago. Designers much like Bonnie are finding huge amounts of success selling their products on such platforms.
The way that a customer would come to me usually is via the internet. They would either buy directly from the platforms where I have an actual shop, or if it's something that they want specifically made in specific fabrics or sizes, then they would send me a message and I would just do a custom order for them. And then you press the seam and then stitch it with a zigzag stitch. And then that's our top done.
And we're joined by Bonnie in the studio now. So thank you for coming in today, Bonnie. And for showing us how to make the vest on the VC, which is perfect for today's weather. And I see that you've also made brought in another one of your creations.
I have. This is a dress I made to go to a wedding in. The wedding was on Halloween, so slightly inappropriate fabric for a wedding perhaps, but it was on Halloween. And the fabric cost me £3.30 a metre. So actually this whole dress cost me £9.90 to make.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
That's so perfect for a Halloween wedding. And what a bargain. Wow. So do you think that online sellers like yourself are taking over the high street?
I think the internet is taking over the high street in general, and certainly handmakers like myself play a part in that and have a role in that. I would like it to be a bigger one.
And obviously your clientele much prefer like the unique designs that you come up with than what you can get on the high street.
Yeah, so certainly people that come to Fresh Air and Buttons, they're looking for different fabrics. So a lot of my children's clothes have skulls on, you know, they are obscure fabrics. And that's what my customers are looking for.
I really love the different fabrics.
Yeah.
They're great. So speaking of, you're actually wearing one of the items you made now, and we've got another one coming up on the screen. Could you tell us a bit about the inspiration behind these?
Yeah, sure. So the bag on the screen, I actually bought that fabric a good year before I even made it into anything. I fell in love with the colours and I fell in love with the pattern, and eventually I made it into a bag which was a gift for my son's one-to-one teacher when he went from mainstream to specialist.
Sweet.
Still got some of that left, so I might make one for myself. And then this, I just really fell in love with the fabric and just wanted to keep the design quite simple. So a simple vest top when it's quite mad fabric.
I do love that
it's
fabric.
very like peak safari.
Yeah.
And obviously fabric plays a big part in your industry. So where do you source all your materials from?
I source my materials from all over the world. So I've shipped in from America. I go to India a lot myself, so I come back with a suitcase full of fabrics. I've shipped from Japan, I buy from China, I buy off the internet, I buy locally. If there's fabric, I will know about it and I will probably buy it.
So you're bringing out a new adults range. Is there much difference for you in making children's to adults clothes?
Yeah, certainly. So the stuff for Fresh Air and Buttons tends to be made from jersey. You know, children need to be able to move, so, you know, they're baggier designs. Poison and Pins, where it's the adult stuff, especially the ladies stuff, it requires more tailoring. So that's the main difference.
And did you say that's launching next year?
Yes, next year.
And you're on the lookout for models, right?
I am. You'll look beautiful in one of my corsets.
So what would you say to people who are a bit hesitant to buy handmade items?
I would say go for it, but you know, start off with something simple. Buy a vest top, and then you will see that, you know, it actually fits you and it's made for your body shape. You will be able to have some input into the design, perhaps. And it's just a nicer shopping experience.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, Bonnie. We love all your creations.
Thank you for having me.
But now we've come to the time of the show where we're going to reveal our mystery guest.
Now we've been waiting all week for this, haven't we,
yes,
Alfie?
Yes, we have. Now, our mystery guest has a sense of style that we have not seen on the show so far today.
Now, they've come all the way from Lyd to join us today, so let's everyone give them a very big welcome.
Drum roll, please. Our mystery guest is...
Sapphire Stone!
Let your body go. Just be beautiful. Coming out tonight, where I can finally breathe. There's a side to me that you ain't never seen. I want to show you all the colors of the world. Just look into yourself and you can tell. Let your body go. Just be beautiful.
over and join us on the sofas.
Wow, that was
performance
amazing.
was next level. So thank you for coming in today. So tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I am 19 years old. I've been doing drag for about 3 years, performing for about 4 to 5 months. So I'm quite fairly new to the performance side of it. But I've been doing like the fashion, the hair, the makeup for about 3 years.
So you make some of your own outfits. Could you tell us a bit about your style?
I love to take things from different eras of fashion. So I love the 1920s. I always try and put that into anything I do. Normally it's the hair. I normally put like a finger wave in it, like I have done today.
Yeah.
And I like to pair different eras of fashion into one to sort of make it a modern style version of that.
Okay, so give us a quick rundown of what you're wearing today, because obviously we're all about the fashion here.
Well, this jumpsuit sort of thing is a 1980s inspired sort of thing, very disco. I love that era. Anything that sparkles, I love to put on.
I love sparkles.
I just put these on because I'm lazy and I don't want to put nails on, but they sort of had a little bit of a sparkle.
That's so clever. I love that idea.
Thanks. And then I just got these boots on Just Fab.
Just these boots. Oh my goodness.
Let's see the
Look
size
at
of that
them.
heel. That is quite
That is impressive.
How did you do a performance like that and not fall over?
Luck. Doesn't happen often. I normally fall flat on my face.
So talking of your performances, what sort of performances do you normally do?
Anything really high energy. I love to really sort of get the audience entertained, so I do like splits, high jumps, things like that.
Whilst in heels.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I also love to do like reveals as well, so wig reveals, outfit reveals, things like that.
And what's the best reveal that you've done?
I've done a few recently. 2 of my favourites is probably I had like a tearaway skirt on, and I had a bodysuit underneath, so I just tore the skirt off and there was this bodysuit underneath.
So cool.
And then I had another one where I had this really long coat that covered half my body, and it was just the sort of right tightness that if I just sort of went like that, it popped open and you could see everything underneath.
Oh my God.
That's me after a Christmas dinner.
Oh, yes. So could you tell us a bit about some of your drag inspirations?
I love to take inspiration from Aja from season 9 of Drag Race, Shay as well, and Kimchi. I love all the artistic sort of aspects they put into their drag, and I love to sort of try and put that into what I do.
And you're a hairdresser by day, right?
I am, yeah.
So do you ever go to work in drag? Or?
I don't, but at Christmas, instead of Christmas Jumper Day, we are going to do Christmas Drag Day.
That sounds
Oh my
fun.
gosh.
Can we do that here at Still the Style?
No, I was going to say we need to go get haircuts.
We should. And you also make some of your clothes, you're saying?
I do,
the gloves
yeah.
you've done yourself? Right?
Yeah, I made these myself. Well, I brought the gloves online. I did reinforce them though because they're very weak. And then I sort of just glued all the rhinestones on myself and the nails and things like that.
That's so clever. I love that idea.
Save some time at the weekend, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
Well, Sapphire, thank you so much for coming and performing for us
Thank
today.
you for having
it's been
me.
amazing.
Incredible, thank you. But unfortunately, we have come to the end of today's show. So let's bring back all of our models who have graced the catwalk.
And Bonnie, our inspiring clothes maker.
And Sapphire with her incredible performance.
And we're not forgetting Dave and Nikki in the audience. Thank you so much for sending in your photos.
Without all of you guys, today would not have been possible. But we'll see you all same time, same place next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.